Alright, let's do this.
Yes, sir. Okay, what's up everyone? This is my 2019-2020 board review, just all the boards I've been riding the past 2 years. We're going to go over just basic dimensions, fins, and what type of waves the boards have been working on and how I like to ride them. We're going to do some details, but without releasing too many trade secrets. So, all this year I've been riding Infinity. Started riding Infinity about the end of 2018. Right then, Dave Bainey started changing to the V2 model. And then we got this board. This is part of a 2-pack. One was for Izzy Gomez, this pink, and then the other one was for Dave himself. I was riding the step deck version of it, and this is the non-step version. My brother has been riding this one. It's a little low on volume. You get to see it here. It's a 5-fin setup with the Super Swallow. And the dimensions on this one are 7.4 by 23 and 69 liters. So the liters on this one were a little low, that's why I don't get on it. This one's a 5-fin, the same one that I had was a 5-fin. We've been running them strictly as a quad, just because they seem to balance rail to rail really well with 4 fins. No drag in the middle. But I know Izzy, she likes to ride the 3 fins, and she says the thruster works better. So to each his own, whatever you like works there. Now for us, this V2 is a workhorse, and that's the term I'll use with the V2. Essentially, it's going to work in all conditions. It's kind of a, you got to grind for it when the waves are small, but when the surf gets bigger, overhead, even 10 feet overhead, not that big, but this V2 gets it done in all kinds of surf. Now, for me, I like the step deck a lot. I got my new version of step deck, which we're about to go over. But in the meantime, check out some clips of me on my version and Joe on this version. Cue! Sick clips. Funny seeing myself in those clips with shorter hair. I haven't had short hair in a long time, so funny seeing how that looks. Yeah, this has been a great board though. The original V2, that whole shape is awesome. Now we're on the subject of V2s, we're gonna hop right into this board. This is my custom version of that original V2. Same thing as my first one. It's got the step rail. As you can see there, it's got a step rail running pretty much only in the front area. It doesn't have a lot through the back tail. Really made it one rail back here. Now this board had a handle on it, a little bit of a mistake, all good. I covered it with a pad. I personally like all the wax. Makes me feel like I'm on a shortboard. I don't like being raised off the deck too much. But yeah, this was a great board. The first time I jumped on this board, it worked right away. Very first wave. I'm kind of stoked. I actually have the first clip I wrote on this board, so let's check out that clip real quick. Sick clip. This board is seriously so balanced and versatile. And compared to the first V2 I had, this one works in bigger surf and in smaller surf. One thing here, the fin placement, we went for just a quad on this one. So this one doesn't have a center box, not even an option for a thruster. Now the fins were a little wide, making it good in big surf, but when the surf's smaller, maybe a little slow. But same deal as usual with the V2, it is our workhorse. So we'll get a shot of the dimensions right here. This one is a lower volume board than my other ones, so definitely some more work involved in the riding this. But compared to the Super Swallow, I personally like the Diamond better. Rather than the bite with that tail of the Super Swallow, the Diamond gives you kind of like a point of projection. So it holds more in solid surf and gives you kind of like a speed point in smaller surf. So it's best of both worlds. Now with the step rail, jaded. Do I like the step rail? Do I not? I've been riding these other two boards without it with a big full rail, and I really like how they feel in mushy surf. But once it starts barreling, this board just sits so well in the barrel with the step rail. It really has that tiny, tight, tapered rail that you can push in to the wave face when you're further up on the board for drive. So this was a great option to have in your quiver. I recommend if someone who has a very diverse stand-up quiver, you're rocking a bunch of boards, throw a step deck in there. You're gonna like it, it's gonna feel different, and it rides all different kinds of waves. That being said, let's check out some highlights from this V2 step rail. Chew!
Almighty phone.
So I just wanted to go over what I've been using for a paddle this year. Always on the Hippo stick. I've been using it for 2 years. And this is the exact paddle I've been using. Not the exact, had a couple replacements. But it's got the flipped blade, and you can see how it has the curve. It is definitely a different thing. Took some getting used to, but it really pops out of the water well. Like when you're pulling through a paddle, coming through, give it the twisting pull out, it's almost like it pops out. So it's a pretty cool paddle. I'm stoked on Hippo Stick. Thank you guys. Appreciate the support. That being said, let's get on to board number 3. And board number 3 is the Elusive Snub Nose. I've gotten a ton of questions about this board, messages, all different kinds of things. When's it going to be available? How can we make one? Blah, blah. We're still working on it too. So hopefully we get one more prototype going, and then the next model will kind of be the one that we're pumping out for everyone. This board is a lot of fun. Like I said, still working on it, still hammering out the details, but what we've done so far, I think we're onto something. And first day, even with this board as well, being so different, my first wave was good on this one too. And I still have that clip as well. It was an epic session with Zane. Let's check that clip out too. Perfect. That was a sick clip. Like, this board is the ultimate flow master. It's just something different. Now, we weren't going for the cutoff that some people are going for out there. They weren't doing a sort of a stump or a stump board or a plank, if you would. We were trying to make a high performance board that also has just a cut in the nose, to lower the volume and length. This board, we made it off of a shortboard tail. So when I'm surfing this board, sure, with all my stand-up paddle boards, I get really far back there, but this board, I'm surfing it in the foot placement on the master deck nearly the entire time, even when I'm flowing through without speed. The board just has a lot of turn, S speed, and most of all, it has this thing where it foam climbs unlike any board I've ever ridden before. It wants to kind of attack. So from a small wave perspective, this is the best board I've ever ridden. I know I made some heavy claims posting this one on YouTube as the best small wave SUP on earth, and I'm still going to stand by those claims. I think this is one of the best boards I've ever ridden on a stand-up, even in a shortboard. Like some sort of shortboard version of this would be incredible. I think something to note on this, one secret I will give out, is it's not a chopped board. Like I said, the rails are very tapered, there's a ton of rocker in it, and there is a flip through the nose. It's not just like a flat plank and chopped. The whole nose is snubbed and pulled up like a shortboard. So yeah, that being said, this is my favorite board right now for small waves. It absolutely rips, it flows, it's fun. Sand and O free, beach break, anything slow, this board makes it good. You get an extra turn in where you would only get a couple. So yeah, let's check some clips on the snub. Chew! Okay, those are some sick clips. I have so much fun on this board. And to me, when I think of stand-up paddling, I just think of fun. And that's the reason I got into stand-up paddling in the first place, is I just want to have more fun on different types of surf days. Ride more boards and, like I said, have more fun. But that being said, sometimes the waves are really good and it's firing, and a snub-nosed little plank isn't going to get it done when it's tubing or 10 foot. And in comes my Blur V2. This board has seriously done so well for me the past 2 years, maybe a year and a half I've had it. The diamond tail, the normal full rails, and this board really just feels like a giant shortboard. And for me, when it's tubing, when the point breaks are going off, beach breaks, this board really does everything. And that's kind of what I refer back to with the Blur V2, is that it's the workhorse. It's going to get it done. It's going to do whatever you want. 2 foot to 10 foot is your board. Now for me, this one with just a quad and a diamond tail comes back to what I was saying with my step rail. It gives that little bit of extra boost and a little bit of hold too at the same time. So it's a fun way to ride. This one actually has a little bit of a dropped rail right there. You can really see how we got rid of the width in the tail to make it narrow. Same with this board. When I'm doing a turn, I get my foot really far back there. And with this one, the whole time I ran these standard fins. I made one video where I ran the snub fins in it. It just didn't feel the same. The snub nose board itself, those snub fins work great because it has so much natural speed, you almost need to slow it down. So that worked great on that one. Yeah, this V2 is my favorite board. Like I said, it's just a workhorse. It's just a giant short board in a way. A little bit of different concave and V running down the middle, but like I said, we're going to keep some of that a trade secret. Yeah, I just got to thank Infinity. You guys have been so good to me. I absolutely love these surfboards. I look forward to what we're going to make in the future. I hope everyone else enjoys these boards as well. That being said, you guys like these videos, please let me know. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what videos you want to keep seeing. Gonna keep making more for sure. Thank you, Cyber Wetsuits, Hippo Sticks, Shelter Hats, Go Terpy, and of course, Floater Joe Kombucha Company. You guys are all keeping me in the game. That all being said, thank you guys. Let's check some V2 highlights from the past year. Chew!